Welcome to the deep dive. We are taking a bit of a plunge today, really digging into the research pile. And we're focused entirely on what makes or breaks a local business online.
hmm
Specifically, yeah, we're dissecting the SEO infrastructure of a local HVAC and AC repair company. Pretty
Yeah,
competitive market there.
absolutely. And our mission here really is to cut through the noise, skip the jargon, and pull out the critical, actionable stuff, the steps that can actually turn a solid local company into a local ranking powerhouse.
Right.
We're looking really closely at how their website structure interacts with their Google business profile, their GBP.
Yeah, the GBP.
Because for local search, getting that alignment right isn't just like a nice bonus. It's basically essential, mandatory.
Yeah, speaking mandatory.
Mm.
The overall grade for this company's digital setup, it wasn't exactly top of the class.
Wow.
We landed on a C+, so 76 out of 100.
Yeah, and that score, it's actually a bit deceptive.
Oh,
Well, because they've done a lot of the hard work already, content-wise. I mean, 75 index pages, that's solid. Good service descriptions, really detailed. And they cover 6 whole counties geographically. So the foundation, the bones, they're there.
okay, so if the foundation's solid, why the C plus mate? Why the sort of meh grade? What are the big problems holding them back?
Right. It's not about needing more blog posts or anything like that. The problems are purely structural, architectural, really.
Ah,
First, they're just not creating dedicated pages for the exact services Google needs to see tied to their profile, those GBP secondary categories, big miss. And second, their internal linking. It's kind of a mess. It doesn't communicate properly, leaves like half the site stranded.
stranded, okay.
Yeah. Let's start with that first big one, the category thing. It's the most urgent issue they have.
Okay, tell us more. Why is this category alignment problem so critical? Isn't it enough to just, mention you do AC repair somewhere on the site?
Well, no, not really. Because you have to think about it from Google's perspective. It needs a perfect map to understand what your business is. If your Google profile says, okay, you're an HVAC contractor and you offer these 4 other specific services,
Right.
your website has to mirror that exactly. It needs like 5 distinct front doors that match those listings perfectly. If you don't give Google those direct matching signals, it just gets confused about what you actually specialize in. It's probably the most important signal you can send for local SEO.
Okay, so let's get specific. What were the required categories the audit flagged?
Right. So the primary category, the main identity, is HVAC contractor. That's the big one. Then the analysis pinpointed 4 really crucial secondary categories. These are the things people actively search for when they need help now.
High intent stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Air conditioning contractor, air conditioning repair service, furnace repair service, and heating contractor. Those 4.
And the audit found that for this absolutely vital group of services, they're just missing the mark completely.
Pretty much, yeah. The failure is none of those secondary categories have their own properly formatted, dedicated pages. And I don't just mean like a paragraph on a general services we offer page.
No.
No, it needs to be a dedicated page with a specific URL structure, like air conditioning contractor Phoenix, assuming Phoenix is the city, and a title tag that matches. Real specific.
And I remember the audit mentioned they do have some service pages already, right?
Yeah.
Something like air conditioning installation, why isn't that good enough? It talks about AC.
Yeah, it talks about it, but it's totally suboptimal. It's an alignment issue and also a scope issue.
Okay.
See, that installation page, it's too general in one way, focusing just on installation, and it's missing the critical local signals. The city name isn't in the URL. It's not in the title usually. And crucially, the page name itself doesn't match that exact GBP category phrase Google is looking for.
I see.
Google wants a one-to-one match, basically. And the site's offering something related, but tangential, not the direct hit.
And this misalignment caused a really big problem for one key service they thought they had covered, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. That was a kind of a crisis moment in the analysis. It's centered around air conditioning repair.
Which is huge for an HVAC company.
Huge. It's pure gold, especially in warmer climates. But the audit showed the page for it is either broken, like a 404 error, or it's redirecting somewhere weird. Effectively, it's a dead end for customers looking for that specific critical service.
Right.
And worse, it only had 3 internal links pointing to it. Just 3. So even if it was working, Google probably wouldn't think it was very important. It's an urgent fix needed for a core service.
Okay, let's pull back a bit from the specific categories. If the support structure is shaky, what about the main entrance? the homepage. What did the analysis show there?
Yeah, the homepage title tag, it's like the main sign above the door, right? And right now, it's confusing Google about what the business really is. Their current title emphasizes AC repair right at the front. It pushes a specific service ahead of their actual overall identity. Now, repair is vital, obviously, but the homepage needs to signal the highest level of authority, and that's their primary GBP category, HVAC contractor.
Okay, so the current title is something like AC Repair City, HVAC Service, City, Heater Repair City State. Feels very service listy.
Exactly, very tactical, not strategic.
What's the recommended fix, the more authoritative title?
It needs to state the main expertise first, clearly. The recommendation was HVAC contractor, city, state, AC repair and heating services, brand name.
Okay.
See, that immediately establishes the broad authority for Google. We are an HVAC contractor here, while still mentioning the key services concisely. Brand name at the end for reinforcement.
What's interesting, though, the audit said the actual content on the homepage is pretty strong, right? Like over 1,100 words.
Yeah, the word count is great. It's robust, mentions key services like installation, heating systems, generally good stuff for building authority.
But even with all that text, it's still failing that alignment test.
It is, yeah. It's like they wrote a good book but used the wrong chapter titles. They're using the right volume of words, but not the right labels in the key spots, like headings or clear mentions. They mention AC this and heating that, but they're missing clear, explicit mentions of those 4 specific GBP secondary categories as distinct services they offer. So, great general story, but missing the specific signposts Google is actively scanning for.
Okay, so if we connect this category confusion and the title issue,
Yeah.
it leads us right to what you call the internal linking disaster. This isn't just missing pages now. It's about how authority or, link juice flows or doesn't flow across the whole site.
Exactly right. And we saw a perfect example of resources being distributed really unevenly. The good news, the county pages, they target 6 counties, right?
Yeah.
Those pages are linked up brilliantly. Each one has its own dedicated page, and the audit found each one gets 144 internal links.
Wow, 144 each. That's huge.
It's fantastic internal support. That tells Google loud and clear, these 6 county areas are really important hubs for our business.
Okay, that sounds great for the county level. But what happens when you try to go deeper, down to the individual cities within those counties? What did the audit show there?
Yeah, that's where the whole system just falls apart.
Over here.
This company has over 40 specific city pages, which is great. That's the right idea for targeting local searches, hyperlocal stuff. But they're basically orphaned. Each city page has only 1 or 2 internal links pointing to it. 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
Compared to 144 for the counties. So when you say orphaned, is that like having a phone book with 40 addresses, but the main index page is ripped out so nobody can find them?
That's a perfect analogy. Exactly. Links are like roads or votes of confidence. If the page only has 1 or 2 roads leading to it, it's effectively a dead end in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Search engines see that and think, well, this page must not be important, so they don't crawl it often, they don't pass much authority to it. Doesn't matter how good the content on the page is.
So they just won't rank for AC repair in specific city.
Exactly. They lose out on all those valuable city-specific searches because the pages are invisible from an authority perspective.
And this points directly to the core structural flaw, the missing hierarchy you mentioned.
Yes. The fundamental problem is the lack of middle management in the site structure. There's no proper category hub system connecting things logically. You've got service pages over here, city pages over there, county pages up top.
But they're not talking to each other properly.
Precisely. Service pages aren't linking consistently to the city pages they serve in. City pages aren't linking back up or across logically. It's just chaos. And it means all that great authority built up at the county level, it just stops there. It never gets distributed down to the city level, which is where the actual customers are searching.
Okay, so we've definitely diagnosed the issues, the missing pages, the bad title, the orphan cities. What's the immediate fix for the linking structure? How do we build those roads?
The solution is a really clear short-term linking plan, a functional roadmap. The authority needs to flow logically. So homepage at the very top.
Okay.
Homepage links down to those new GBP category pages we talked about, the ones they need to create.
Right. The 4 secondary ones plus the primary.
Well, primarily linking to the secondary ones from the homepage makes sense, maybe the primary too. Then those category pages link down to the relevant individual service pages, like installation or repair for that category. And crucially, those service pages must then link out to the relevant city pages they cover.
Got it. So everything reinforces everything else.
Yeah.
Geography and service.
Exactly. Every link needs to strengthen those relationships in Google's eyes.
Okay, let's move from diagnosis to prescription then. What are the absolute must-do high-impact fixes? The things they should do, like week 1, we're fixing the main plumbing here.
Yep. Right. 3 non-negotiable actions for the biggest immediate impact. First thing, absolutely gotta nail down creating those 4 specific dedicated GBP secondary category pages. Air conditioning contractor, AC repair service, furnace repair, heating contractor, and make sure they have those precise city-specific URLs like air conditioning contractor city.
Okay, item 1. Build the missing category pages. What's next for immediate impact?
Fix the homepage title tag straight away. It has to lead with HVAC contractor to signal that primary authority, quick win, big signal.
Makes sense. And the third, critical immediate action.
Rescue that broken air conditioning repair page.
Yes, the gold mine.
Yeah. Fix the redirect, fix the error, whatever it is, make sure it works perfectly and has the proper city-specific URL structure, like air conditioning repair city. That page needs to be live and functioning to capture that super high-intent repair traffic. Pronto.
Okay, create category pages, fix homepage title, repair the AC repair page. Got it. Now, looking just a little further out, like short-term actions beyond week 1, the audit also laid out how to fix the linking for all those 40 orphan city pages specifically, right?
Yes. So beyond just implementing that new top-down hierarchy we discussed, they need to leverage the power they already have in those strong county pages. Remember, those have 144 inlinks each.
Yeah, the powerhouse pages.
Exactly. So the action is go to each county page and add links from that county page down to all of the city pages located within that specific county.
Ah, okay, so the strong page lends its strength directly to the weak pages below it.
Precisely. It immediately transfers some of that existing link authority down to the orphans, basically bringing them back into the fold, wakes them up for Google.
Clever. Okay, so once that foundation is stable, the pages exist, the titles are right, the basic linking is fixed.
Okay.
What's next? What are the longer-term opportunities the analysis pointed to? For really dominating?
Right. Once the structure is sound, then they can start getting really granular and strategic. Build on that foundation. First step there is building out what we call a service area pages matrix.
Okay. Matrix.
Yeah, it sounds complex, but it's just systematic. Take the 4 core GBP secondary categories.
AC contractor, AC repair, furnace repair, heating contractor.
Right, and multiply them across the 6 counties they serve. So 4 services times 6 counties, that's 24 new hyper-targeted pages, like air conditioning repair county name.
Okay, getting really specific geographically.
Exactly, and then the next level, even more granular, is building specific city service combinations. Pick, say, their top 10 most important cities. Multiply those by the 4 main services. That gives you 40 super specific landing pages. Think furnace repair specific city name.
Wow. So someone searching for exactly that finds exactly that page.
That's the goal. Capture that really specific local intent directly. No ambiguity.
Okay, let me just pause here because this feels really important for anyone listening who runs a local business. You're saying that by focusing purely on fixing the structure, the categories, the titles, the internal links, not necessarily writing tons of new blogs, but just getting the architecture right. What's the actual expected impact? What kind of results are we talking about?
The potential benefits are really significant and quantifiable. We'd expect organic traffic growth just from these fixes of plus 40 to 60%.
40 to 60%. Within how long?
Within about 3 months of getting it implemented correctly.
Wow. Okay. What else?
We'd also project they could achieve top 3 local map pack rankings for those main GBP categories in their primary service city. Being in that top 3 is huge for calls.
Huge.
And because people will be landing on pages that perfectly match what they search for, we'd expect a conversion rate boost of around 20% too. More qualified leads turning into customers.
Okay. A potential 60% traffic bump, top 3 rankings, 20% conversion lift, all primarily from getting the house in order, aligning with Google's map.
That's it.
That fundamentally changes the conversation about where to put your effort and budget, doesn't it?
It really does. For local SEO, success is so often less about just adding more content and much more about architectural integrity. Strict adherence to that organizational structure that lines up directly with how Google understands businesses via GBP. Get the hierarchy right, get the labels right, get the connections right, and the results tend to follow surprisingly quickly.
That's definitely the key takeaway. Fix the structure first.
Mm-hmm.
Before we wrap, there was one more thing in the audit, sort of medium-term action, that really highlighted how foundational this stuff is.
Ah, right, yeah. That was the recommendation to eventually add schema markup. Local business schema, FAQ schema, technical stuff.
Right, the more advanced tactics?
Exactly. But think about this, the fact that fixing only the basic structural failures, the broken links, the wrong titles, the missing category pages, that alone can potentially yield up to 60% traffic growth before you even touch something like schema. That's pretty profound, isn't it?
Yeah, it really puts things in perspective.
It raises a big question, I think, for you listening. If fixing basic foundational architecture delivers this much impact in a tough field like HVAC, how much foundational stuff might you be overlooking in your own business, your own area of focus? What simple structural fixes could unlock significant real growth without needing some flashy new product or service launch? Sometimes you just need to check the wiring first.
Focus on the wiring
Yeah.
first. A great thought to end on. Get those foundations solid.